In this video help, what I'm going to be doing is covering a new topic about iOS 8 and using FMGO. FMGO is a product that is sold on the iTunes store, and what it does is it provides what is called a client application or client server for the cloud application access. And what that means is that it will allow you to use one of my apps on the iPad without having to download it from the iTunes store. What it does is it uses a free app called FMGO for iPad or iPhone version 13. And what it does is it gives you the platform or the actual application where you can run my applications without having to download them. So let's take a look at what has to be done. I'm in iTunes on the desktop on my Macintosh. This can be the same on your PC if you're using a PC. But basically what you would do is you're going to come up to this icon right here. You're going to click on it. And what it's going to do, it's going to give you a list of the different devices that you have on your computer and that are connected. You need to have your cable connected in order to do this process, because what it's going to do, it's going to be updating information from your iPad or iPhone to iTunes and back. So I'm going to click on this, and what it's going to do, it's going to bring up the summary screen. The summary screen is your application screen where if you click on apps, what it's going to do is it's going to list all the apps that you now have in your system. You can see I have a number of different apps that I've created, and they're on my iPad. What I'm going to be doing though is I'm going to be showing you FMGO, which is an application that's on the desktop. So I mean, if you're looking at your iPad, you're going to see it there. And it's, let's see, I think it's on my second screen. But anyhow, there it is right there. It's actually sitting on your second screen right there. You would have downloaded this from the iTunes store. It's a free product to download. The next thing you would do is you would come down after you've clicked on apps, and you would scroll down the page. And as you scroll down the page, you're going to go through all the apps that are currently available. And you can see that this is sharing, file sharing. And what happens is the FMGO application, which is this application right here for version 13. These are other older ones that I have that I've been using for a couple of years. And what I'm doing is I'm going to click on this. And what it's going to do, it's going to show the files that are currently installed on that version of FMGO. If I want to add a new file, what I would do is I would go down here to where it says add. And what's going to happen, it's going to bring up the search dialog. And from this location here, what I can do is I can go in and pick an application, and I would look for the file name. And depending on this case, it'd all be in these 12s over here. These are older versions of apps. And I would just click on it. For example, I'll click right there, and I'm going to say add it. And then you're going to see it pop up here, and you can see that I just created a new version of this on the iPad. Once it's up here and it says that it was added, and it's interesting, it says yesterday because it was added today, but A1 Travelog version 13 master. That's the master application that I use for testing on the iPad. Your version would have your name in here that I would send to you. But nevertheless, you can see how it just shifted and it actually added that application down here to FMGO as far as it being on the iPad. Now, if you access your iPad and look for the FMGO application there and tap on it, it will open up. And what you're going to see is you're going to see three icons. I'm not going to be able to show him here because I'm having some issues with version 10.10 of Yosemite showing my iPad on the computer. But basically what it's going to do is going to open up and show you a local, a cloud, and just a regular thing that shows the tutorials, which shows you the apps that are on board now. A local app is what this is going to create on your iPad. And then what you do on the iPad is you're going to be clicking on it, named in there, and it'll open up and it'll start running the application. You will need to use your username and password that are provided at the time that you buy the application when it's downloaded to you from the developer. And then you would be able to log directly in. Make sure that when you get done using the application that you do log back out. And the way you do that within FMGO, you're going to go to the application itself, and up in the upper left-hand corner, now I can't show the screen, but up in the upper left-hand corner, there's going to be two little boxes. You tap those two little boxes, and the app that you're currently looking at, let's say it was A1 Travel Log, it would shrink down to about this area on the screen. And then up in the upper left-hand corner of that shrunken version, there'd be a red circle with an X in it. You would tap that X, and what it'll do is it'll log you out. The reason you log out is you want to save any changes that are unsaved as you leave the application and go back to the desktop on the iPad. So that's what you want to do as far as updating and saving all your changes on the application when you're in it. The same application, FM Go, acts as a cloud client. And what a cloud client does is it allows you to access the application on the cloud, but it has to be installed by the developer on the cloud. And I can discuss what cloud applications do. It's a multi-user platform where you can have multiple users at one time accessing and entering and editing data. And that service is really great if you have multiple locations and you have multiple people that need to use the application at the same time. And there are many applications that I have that are suitable for doing cloud work. So if you have any questions, go to the FAQ site on ontargetsolutions.biz, and to the right of the actual page on the website for FAQ, there's a place where you put your email and you ask questions and then send it to me. I get those immediately on whatever device I'm carrying at the time, either my iPhone or if I'm on the desktop, I'll see the message coming in and I can go ahead and answer your questions. Thank you for watching this video.